I remember when I want to cope up with learning new languages, learning programming languages, learning medicine, biology, and even pick up some physics. I decided that I will be able to do everything of this in only one day. I was deeply wrong. I thought that it was completely normal to study for 12 hours a day, even sometimes more, and sleep for 4 hours. I thought I was extremely productive. However, I missed one thing. My energy levels completely dropped, my motivation disappeared. I didn't want to do anything, and I didn't know what I want to do in the future and who I want to become. Yeah, this was the last thing I wanted to experience, wanted to do nothing. I came from wanting to do everything to basically only wanting to sit with open eyes and stare at the wall. Yeah, not really positive. Then my family decided that Veronica, we should go on holiday. And I was so frustrated by that. I was so anxious that I will have to give up all of my activities, all of my routines, all of my responsibilities just to go on the vacation. For what? What I'm trading my time for? Laying on the beach? However, this vacation shaped my perception of my life, on how I approach the things and how I approach my mental health. And how you can imagine, after this vacation, my burnout disappeared. Of course, not right away. I've done a lot of work and a lot of research about this topic, and I have understood that the most important thing about avoiding burnout is implementing 7 habits and 7 rests. And today we're gonna talk about this. So stay with me, we're gonna dive in. Let's go. These 7 types of rest are backed up by real science. I personally read quite a lot of research papers from biology, chemistry, neuroscience, psychology, and even psychiatry to understand why I'm getting these great waves of burnout every single day, even though I'm studying, learning, and just immersed in this flow of learning and studying. So, to feel your best into your everyday task and to perform on your highest potential, you have to get all of these 7 types of rest. This includes your physical, mental, sensory, spiritual, social, creative, and emotional rest. So, let's begin with the most obvious rest, like common sense, but not a lot of people are actually implementing it and getting enough of it. This one is physical rest. What do I mean by physical rest? So, first of all, really just relax, let down of everything. Sleep for 8 hours a day, at least on your weekends, because your body needs to sleep. You cannot perform on your highest potential and to do your task almost perfectly if you not sleep enough. You know, my dad say that, Veronica, I get enough of 4 hours of sleep a day. And sometimes he's not performing at his best. And he's like, oh my god, I feel myself at the lowest. My head hurts, I cannot concentrate, I cannot focus on anything. And I say, like, come on, you sleep for 4 hours a day. How can you focus and concentrate? And I used to be like this as well. When I was in middle school, I actually used to sleep for 6 hours a day. And I thought, what was the problem with me? Like, yes, I'm sleeping, yes, I'm studying, so it's probably something wrong with me inherently. But I didn't sleep a lot. I was a really small child at that time, and I really needed a sleep for growth, for my overall growth, for my brain function, and for my all organs function. If you didn't get a lot of rest, you won't be able to perform at your highest potential. Even if you didn't get a lot of sleep at night for some circumstances, you can get some 30 minutes nap throughout the day when you have time, or even 10 minutes break, 10 minutes sleep also can enhance your productivity levels and focus. This one is enhanced by some several studies and research papers, and they said that people who get this 10 minute nap in between their work session increase their productivity levels by 20%. So can you imagine? By 20%, you can increase your productivity levels if you can set 10 minutes for your nap during your work sessions. You can also get a massage or just take a walk in the park. Like, it's also a physical rest. It doesn't have to be a rigorous run just to, like, lose weight or something like this. It doesn't have to be like this. You're doing this only for your mental capacity and for your physical rest. The next type of rest will be mental rest. This one is a bit ununderstood by many people because they often overlook how mental health is actually important. I have many friends who think that, of course, physical health is crucial for everybody, but mental health is just some sort of joke. But it's not the case at all. Mental health is just as important as physical health. So, because of this, I overlooked this myself. I also thought that physical health is much more important than mental health. But when I started journaling, when I started meditating, and when I started doing yoga, yoga links into physical rest as well. But during yoga, I reset my mind and my thoughts, and this helped me with my overthinking habits that I had. So allocate from 5 to 10 minutes a day to journal. Ask yourself what you're grateful for today. What have you done today, even if it was just like getting up from your bed. It's also an accomplishment if you are trying to get out of the rut. Try shadow word questions. I will link it right here. And these basically questions that help you with your childhood traumas and help you understand your weaknesses and what you can improve on. Put all of your devices away from this room to a different room completely. I personally tried this dopamine detox. Dopamine detox is basically when you get out of everything that can heighten up your dopamine levels and your cortisol levels as well. But if we link up this to mobile devices like laptops, phones, tablets, I try to isolate myself from these devices by on 2 days. So basically, on Saturday and Sunday, I didn't use any sort of devices. Of course, it was really hard for me as a human who used to spend like 6, 7 hours a day on their phone. But by the end of the Sunday, I understood that there are a lot of things that are beautiful in life without use of phone or technology. I have understood why nature and why I love hugging trees so much. Like, I wouldn't even try to hug a tree when I had my phone, but because of boredom or something like this, I just decided that, why shouldn't I try? And this connection with nature that I got get me understand that a lot of things in our lives we're getting for granted. We're getting for granted that we have this access to safety, getting access to all the food that we have on the table, to all the clothes that we have, to all the information that we just can grab our phone or laptop and look and just get the answer and information in the seconds. People didn't used to have this access. Now, when we have everything basically almost in front of us, in front of our nose, we're not grateful at all. So the most important thing you have to try, and this one, I agree, the most difficult thing to do is to create a dopamine detox for yourself. Next type of rest is sensory rest, and this links up to the last point of the mental rest, that you have to exclude or at least limit your time, your screen time, and your use of phone, laptops, and your PS or your tablets. I talk about this in my previous videos, but in this video I want to clarify this even further. Try to limit your phone time before bed, because blue lights from your phone can heighten up your cortisol levels and thus make you more stressful. And you don't want to mess up your sleep habits or sleep cycle, even though if you sleep for 8 hours, it doesn't matter. And especially if you sleep deprived. Believe me, I could save so much more time for sleep and for rest if I didn't use my phone before bed. Like, it was like a habit for me. I go to bed and I take my phone to watch some YouTube video. But when I substitute this activity for reading 10 pages or journaling or do a meditation, I got so much more hours into my sleep cycle, and into my sleep habits are skyrocketed. They improved so immensely just because I didn't use my phone before bed. You can also try listening to ASMR. This one is a bit weird, especially to my parents. They do not understand like what's the matter with this Veronica. But if you can get your things out of your phone before bed, you can still use your phone, but turn on ASMR videos to calm down your thoughts and just focus on something not so information heavy. Next type of rest is social rest. I am extremely introverted person and I definitely need this. Everybody needs to recharge their social battery once in a while. For some people it can be to go for lunch with their friend, and it might be a social rest for them. For some people, they might want to try solo dates where they go into a restaurant or cafe by themselves, listen to music, read some books alone, and not feel pressured by society that you having a cup of coffee or dessert by yourself, or going to a concert, to a special activity by yourself, just because you want to spend more time with you and with your spiritual self. Exactly. This is why our next rest is spiritual rest. Spiritual rest is contributing to something bigger than yourself. And if you're not a religious person, this also links up to you, because it's not all about religion. Of course, if you're a religious person, you can try to set some time for your religion or your belief. But if you're not, you can also try some volunteering or just bringing something that makes you closer to your society, and think about what can you do to make the society in which you live better. Volunteer in the park or set a fundraiser, or try just spend more time with your family and your friends. This also can be a part of your spiritual rest. And of course, spiritual rest includes some meditation practices and mindful practices as well. Yoga also links up to this. If you like to connect movement with your thoughts, also extremely beneficial for you. Now it's time to deal with all of the emotions that you have experienced throughout these long years without rest and without deeper understanding of your inner self. Practice speaking up and expressing your emotion in a safe way, because some people are being aggressive, overly aggressive, anxious, nervous, and can develop further illnesses just because they don't know how to express their feelings in a more positive and in a more calm way. If you feel angry, do not feel pressured to get out of this feeling. If you get angry, you get angry for a reason. Your body tries to tell you something. That, just for me, for instance, when I get angry, I used to try to like build up this feeling with oh, of course, come on, let's go for a walk, let's go, come on, let's study more, just to build up my brain with other things, just to like suppress my anger levels. But now when I feel angry, I just sit straight. I close my eyes because it helps me. I try to understand, why am I angry? I am angry because I didn't get the highest grade. Okay, what can you do to get your highest grade? I used to think that I have to study more, but I have to study more, and something in my brain said that no, you cannot study more. You want to sleep. And this was the first time when I actually, instead of working or studying, I get to sleep. And after sleeping, my focus level increased. I could study more. And guess what? In the next exam, I got the highest grade because I got rest and because I felt myself and I have understood my feelings. So do not suppress your emotions, but try to get calm with them and tranquil and just perceive them and understand on the deeper level, why do you feel like this. And this is my favorite type of rest, creative rest. I'm always been a really creative person, an artistic person. When I got into high school and to a college, I have understood that I am not as creative as I used to be. And this was my biggest problem, that I completely didn't get enough rest and enough spare time for my spiritual levels, of course, and for my artistic and creative hobbies and activities that I wanted to do, but I suppressed myself to study more, and not what I really wanted to do and not what I really enjoyed to do. Of course, you have to sometimes push yourself through to get through those deadlines and responsibilities that you have, even though you don't like them. But you also have to allocate some time for your hobbies and your activities that makes you feel good. Try to do it like this. If you complete your to-do list for the day, you can and you have to allocate some time for your emotional and your creative rest. Here are some ideas that you can try. You can watch your favorite movie, or you can watch your favorite YouTube videos on your YouTube. I hope it will be my videos, but it's up to you, of course. Also, paint a picture, paint a drawing. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. You can create an abstract painting, or just use your watercolor to create some sort of lines and abstract painting that you can afterwards set and put near you. This is what I created when I allowed myself to rest. You can also go to a theater, to a concert, to a museum, exhibition, whatever works best for you. And sometimes you will have to experiment with this, and this is the most fun part from this, that you have to experience, and you have to experiment with yourself and understand what really builds up me, what makes me feel great. And when you feel and when you find those feelings that and these activities that make you feel great, you will understand that while you're doing them, while you paint or attend an exhibition, you recharge your battery much more efficiently and much faster. And afterwards, when your battery has recharged and you're feeling on your 100%, you can start working and studying efficiently and get this much greater feelings of flow. Before rest, I used to study with the Pomodoro sessions for 25 minutes and 5 minutes rest. And I really pushed through. I used to look at the timer and there were 70 minutes of come on, I can't study for another the last 20 minutes. I just cannot. But when I got this rest, I started to do a Pomodoro sessions for more than 40 minutes, and I didn't even look at my timer anymore. I hope you get your well-deserved rest today from all of these 7 types of rest. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, give me your opinion in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.